Welcome back to the Mr. Mooch podcast. I'm your host, Zage, joined by my boy Tanner. Don't call him T-Dog, T-Rice. How's it going, brother?
Okay, I think that's worse. It's like the artist formerly known as Prince.
Dude, you didn't like when Prince was the artist formerly known as Prince?
I liked it because it's like a big fuck you to the power.
Fight the power.
Fuck, fuck the man.
Honestly, right? Honestly, right? He was right, too. And that's still going on. In today's music business, people are still getting screwed over by their record companies. But at the same time, do you just blame the people or do you blame record companies? Because, I mean, you could always just read the fine print.
I think that they present it in a manner, just like any good businessman. It's a con, you know. You gotta trick you.
I agree. I agree, especially on your first deal, right? Because that's how they get you. When you get on your first deal, you're just trying to get up out the hood, trying to get up out the situation that you find yourself into. You're not trying to like read nothing. You're trying to, all right, this is going to change my life. This is going to change my life. And it probably does, right? Because they say we're going to give you this much advance. It probably does change your life. We were talking about that on a previous podcast episode.
Yeah, but I'm doing
Before,
good. I'm finally over my hangover.
finally, over your hangover, where you were drinking last night? Because last night you were sending me picture of like sushi and stuff, man.
Yeah, I had some sake and some.
You were getting drunk at a Japanese spot? What?
It wasn't. I didn't get drunk there, but I did have a whole bottle of sake.
You Speaking of sake, there's in Korea there's a drink called soju, and there's like a whole, and this is like something I don't know if I miss or not in America, but there's like a whole custom to how you pour it, who pours it, like during like, and it involves like age, you know what I mean, like how you pour it to someone that's older than you, to someone that's not. And in Korea too, like they have a whole drinking custom that's like involved with businesses. Like let's say you're in a, you guys will all be in your cubicle and you're all, and your fucking like head guy will be like, all right guys, we're going out drinking. Like you can't say no because it'll be seen as
Mhm.
rude, and you have to go drinking and basically get harassed by your boss to try to like make it up the corporate ladder. And if you don't go, they're gonna be like, nah, this guy's not one of us. They'll probably fire you, or there'll be repercussions. You probably won't get the promotion you want. But hey, yeah, you didn't come out to these drinking parties with us 7 times, and it's like, so forget you. It's like, dude, I got a pregnant wife at home. I gotta go take care of what I gotta go take care of.
We drank soju last night too. We had a bottle of
Yeah.
soju. Yeah,
How'd
and
you open it? Did you like? Because I seen it. They gotta like grab it and then they twirl it and they kick off. Like they take it. They take off the top and then hit. They hit the top of the bottle. So and that's because apparently like cheap soju bottles at the top they use some sort of cork that's not good for it. So you hit the top of it so you don't ingest any of that cork liquid, and that's why you swirl it because you can get it all out, and then you hit the top and all the cork liquid from the top comes out. Do you guys do that?
no,
You uncultured swine.
the the whole thing with the cork is actually our boy internet historian just did a video on wine, and Napoleon to like celebrate would slice off the fucking uh cork top.
Yeah, I seen her go do that, and that's her party trick. She would do that. Is that what you guys did? You slice off the cork?
No,
What? Why'd you bring it up?
we just bite the cork and then we chew it up a little bit and then we eat it and then
You uncultured swine. So uncultured. Before we get too far, do you have a sponsorship for us today?
oh yeah, this one's a fresh one.
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna be quiet the entire time, no
Yeah,
matter how bad it gets. I'm
you're,
gonna let
you're
you
gonna have a
finish.
hard time with this one.
Please don't.
Um, so today is sponsored by faking your insurance. You don't really need insurance. Nobody actually gets in accidents, and when you do, it's not a big deal. You know, just give them some fake papers. If you get arrested, I think you have personal experience with this one. If you get arrested for not having insurance, you just take a fake piece of paper up to the court and you just show it to them. It's fun, it's easy, and nobody's gonna know.
They're gonna know.
I thought they would know.
Impressive. Impressive. Impressive take that you have there. Impressive advertisement. Impressive sponsor.
Yeah,
I'm honestly so impressed with you. The only thing that I feel was more impressive to me this week was that GTA 6 trailer, baby. Let's go.
yeah. I guess everybody's fallen in love with the bikini girl.
Oh, I didn't even give a fuck about that because she's probably like 16. But people have been dissecting that up and down. People are ready for GTA 6, but I've seen it's not coming out until 2025. Is that right?
Yeah, maybe they're gonna like pull a fast one, you know. But yeah, 2025.
I remember GTA 5 coming out when Xbox 360 was still a thing, right? How long has it been out?
I think it's been
A
10
decade?
years. Yeah, 10 years.
Oh, holy guacamole!
And they like I think just last year they uh put a new paint job on it and then re-released it for $60. Like, and
Yeah, I
nothing.
kind of remember that too.
It
They
sucked.
give you like the first person shooter mode.
Yeah, who cares about that?
I thought it looked pretty cool, but at the same time, you're right. Who would pay like full price for that again? I also remember, and I'm going to tell people to be a little bit patient with it, because I remember when GTA 5 first came out, it didn't even have the online mode on there. You could only play the story
Mm-mm.
mode. And the online, once you got it, was super janky. It was kicking people out to the point where if you stuck with it and kept trying to play, the game gave you like $500 million in in-game currency, and it was like a thank you for like not leaving the game when it was going through all of its growing phases, all its growing pains. So, but you gotta be patient with stuff like this, man.
Yeah, you don't want another what's that new game that just came out? Fucking
I feel like that's all of them. Every time a new
yeah.
like AAA game comes out, there's all these bugs, and everyone just leaves it. There's like, fuck this, we're not trying this ever again.
No Man's Sky and
Yep,
Cyberpunk and
yep.
yeah, they were all terrible. Cyberpunk's great now. I love it.
I heard it's gotten a lot better. A lot of people said they gave the game a try after the Cyberpunk anime dropped, and it was really good. Did you watch that at all?
No,
You're missing out. It's pretty good.
we I didn't know that like half the anime I've been watching there's actually like full-fledged books like fucking packed. I mean like
Yeah, mangas. Every single anime that you watch should come from a manga.
I didn't know all of them did. I thought some of them
I
were
say
just made in the lab, you know.
I say should come from a manga because I'm sure there's been some that were just made in the lab, but should come in a manga.
Have you ever watched Uncle from Another World?
Of course.
I love that one.
Yeah, that one's good too, except his fucking nephew was like a fucking pussy. That girl's just like, I like you. And he's just like, oh man, you're a great friend. I wish you would like me. I was like, dude, give me a break. You have powers now. What are you doing?
The uncle's the same way. This girl's following him
Yeah,
around in
with
the
the
other
elf.
world. Yeah. He's like,
I see where he gets it from.
yeah, she's my stalker. I don't, she's weird. And
She's weird. I don't know why she stalks me. That
so
remind. Go ahead.
what was it going to remind you of?
That reminds me like of a manga that I just read, and it's kind of messed up. It's the same premise, right? The guy goes over there, he slays the Demon King, and he comes back. But when this guy came back, the world shunned him, right? Because his mother was like, "Hey, my son went disappearing. I think he's still around. I'm gonna put up all these flyers." And she like quit her job and ran out of money because she kept putting out flyers like, "Wait, where's my son? He was gone for 8 months. I think he's still alive." The dad, apparently, because they went bankrupt, the dad apparently kills himself. And then when he comes back, he's just like, "Hey, I'm here now." And the school's like, "Well, we pronounce you as dead, so you can't go back to school anymore. And you're the reason why your mom and dad are like both dead." And like the rest of the family didn't want to take him in because they were blaming him for it.
Wow.
So like the same premise, he came back and it was not. It wasn't all Gucci, like people weren't messing with him. But this guy took a different approach than the uncle that came back. This guy like became the big baddie of the world, and he started killing other people. And by him doing that, he started like literally like just trying to like erasing like whole populations of people. And by him doing that, he killed this one guy's family. And when he did, he was supposed to kill that guy as well, but that guy got transported to another world. And while he was in the other world, he was just training and hoping to rid that world of its demon king so he could come back and kill the guy that killed his parents.
That guy's name, Adolf.
Dude, one imagine. That's the big wormhole with Adolf. It's like the reason why he became evil is because so many people kept trying to go back in time and kill him, and that's why he became evil.
There's a bunch of Jewish guys.
Just a bunch of everybody, right? Because I feel like there's like a few things that like everyone would go back in time to stop. Like if you could try to warn people about 9/11, you probably would. If you could try to stop Adolf, you probably would. Pearl Harbor, you probably would.
I would probably stop the George Bush clip where he's in a like kids thing reading books to him and then gets the
And he's
news.
like, "Oh yeah, 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 yeah."
That's stupid. That's what I would stop if I could go back.
I thought you were gonna say the. I thought you were gonna stop the one where he says, "Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, uh, You won't fool me again. That's a
What
classic.
a fucking idiot.
He's not an idiot. He's just not a good public speaker. Come on.
Oh, come on.
Dude, have you seen him paint? He's a genius.
Paint? Adolf?
No, no. Why would I be talking about Adolf Hitler, brother?
He's a painter.
I wouldn't call him an idiot either, but I heard he was a painter. That's why he became so evil because his paintings, because no one appreciated his paintings because they were dog shit. And he was just like, all right, time to fucking subjugate the Jews.
This is a PSA. You better support your local artists.
I didn't know we were going there. Dude, I feel like we have two completely different ideas about some of these topics that we have, man.
So I was watching Love on the Spectrum today, and this kid,
Oh no.
this guy's like,
Explain that. What is that?
Love on the Spectrum is like autistic people, and they,
That's exactly what it sounds like. Okay.
yeah, and they set up on dates. Some of them are with normal people, or not neurodiverse people, and then some of them are on the spectrum, and then they meet and they're like fascinated, and I'm like, why are they? Because I know a couple, not as, that it's the same, but I know a couple people who have Down syndrome, and they're just like sex addicts. They're like obsessed with sex.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is the funniest thing that a guy with Down syndrome could be obsessed with. One time we were painting this house, and this kid comes in. He's like, "Do you like boobs?" And Jason's like, "Yeah, man." Like, he's like, "I love boobs." And
He's
then
like, yeah, of course. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
and then
Why do you ask?
his
Some boobs
caretaker,
around here somewhere?
yeah, that's why I was like, "Why are you asking?" But his caretaker comes in. He's like, he found porn on the computer, and we keep trying to lock it up, but he keeps figuring it out how to get into the iPad and find boobs. That's awesome. But this guy on the spectrum is he's going on a date, and he's normal. He's pretty normal, but then he starts talking. They're like, "What are your interests?" He's like, "I'm really into Germans and something else." It's like, I'm like, wait a second, is this guy fucking?
Is he a Nazi?
Yeah. He's like, I'm really into German history, and I think it's like basically like British like colonizing shit. And I was like, man, I had to Google. I was like, why don't people does anybody name their kid Adolf anymore?
Anymore? Yeah.
So
That'd be a tough one.
yeah, it's like he ruined the name for everybody. But then I remembered I was doing an install at this guy's house, and he seems normal. He's got like a train set in the basement, and that was kind of weird, but he's like helping me do shit. And then his dog, he has a German Shepherd, and he did say something about a black guy delivering a package, and like I was like, oh, but rural America, that's what you get.
Yeah, of course.
But then at the very end, when I was leaving, his German Shepherd comes up. It's real nice. And then he's like, "Oh, that's Adolf." I was like, "What?"
Dead giveaway.
Adolf the dog.
Dead giveaway.
And then I'm like,
A German Shepherd named Adolf. Oh, man.
and then I thought, can I name my dog the N-word? Is that, do I get to say it if my
Dude,
dog's...
that would be, dude, what you're saying here would be an incredible bit for your stand-up. Incredible bit. You need to workshop this.
Come here, little beep.
This would be incredible. Have you seen my dog? What's his name?
When you're in the hood.
Say normally when you're in the house. Oh, who's that? Oh, little N-word going to the freaking bathroom again.
A little N-word pooping on the floor.
I rubbed his little N-word's nose in it. He peed on the floor. Lord, that would be incredible. That's super good. Keep that one. Keep that one. That's peak. That's probably the best one I've heard from you.
Oh no.
That's peak. You
No.
just gotta have the balls to get on stage and and just go through with it. Make sure you're with the right crowd too.
I'll need a prop. I'll need a little N-word. I need to hold him and have him on
You
stage.
want me to come with you so I can be? Guys, it's a joke. Come on, it's a joke. Guy, come on.
Quit kicking him in the head. Come on.
Guys, come on. It's like me doing it. It's just me. I'm the only black guy there. I turn on you immediately like I never heard the joke. I
But
had a thing I was going to ask you too, and it's not about little N words, but it kind of does. It kind of does represent little N words a little bit. I was watching a different manga recap, right? And in this guy's world, 50% of the people that you meet are evil, right? That's just how it goes. And so like he's just like, oh, I'm gonna try to find some people, and like as soon as he finds the first people, they're like bandits that are selling and eating humans. Like that's just how it goes. 50% of the people you meet are evil. In your life right now, if you were to go like to a Walmart or something, how much of the percent of people do you think are evil?
well, as soon as you
Because
walk
evil's on a
in,
spectrum, right?
you have to be evil to be a greeter. That's number one.
Or you could just be old,
Yeah, old and evil.
you piece of shit.
And
My mom's a greeter, you piece of
is
shit.
her dog's name Adolf?
No, I'm joking. I don't know my mom. All right, so that's what would you consider a percentage of greeter then? What do you think that is? Probably what, 2% of Walmart is the greeter?
Probably everybody that works at Walmart is evil because y- that job sucks.
It does suck. I always I feel bad for the people who's like, man, I can't even get a job at Walmart. I'm like, damn, really? I thought you just walked in, they gave your ass a vest and put you to work, and they didn't teach you anything. Because every time I ask anyone anything at the Walmart, nobody knows.
For my work, I got like blue polo, so every time I go in a store, people think I work there. It
That'd be a good
sucks.
skit too for YouTube. It's like, no, no, I don't work here, but I probably can tell you where the so and so such and such is.
I quit. Like I used to be like I don't work here, and then I show them the little badge. Now I just like turn away from them, and they get so pissed. They're like,
Oh, that dude, that's
"Excuse me,
perfect.
excuse me."
I'm talking to you. Come on. I know you work here, you fucking peasant. Pay attention to me.
And then they see it, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "Yeah, back the fuck up."
Backups. So would you consider that person evil that acts like that, or would you consider him like what? What would you consider him? I think evil's on a spectrum, right?
Oh no.
Just like love on a spectrum. I feel like you can be someone that's just like a douchebag, right? But are you evil or are you just a douchebag? I honestly think like pure evil is like someone that just goes out of their way and is like, I like hurting people, like I like uh physically, emotionally, mentally, financially hurting people. That's evil.
I'd probably say like 10% of people are like that.
Right? That's the highest standard of it, right?
Mm.
Of the motion, what I was talking about, like hurting people, right? But there are other people that are just like douchebags, man. Like I seen this girl hit this guy. She was drunk. She hit this guy's car, and the guy's like, "Hey, stop! You hit my car! You hit my car!" And she's just like drunk as fuck. She looks him in the face and says, "Are there any marks?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "There's not even a mark there." And she just pulls the fuck off. And I'm like, "Lady, what are you doing?
I love
Stop,
I love watching body cam footage. It's like my new
dude."
pastime.
I like watching it because you can see from both sides. You can see like cops getting on. You can just see what cops have to deal with. And I do start getting like a bit more empathy for the good cops that are dealing with someone that was like, hey, come back here, hey, come on, hey, come on, come back here. But then like I've always seen it because my skin color. I've always seen it the other way, where it's just like he's got a gun. What do you mean? What are you doing?
I could watch probably like hours of people just getting tased. I think it's probably the coolest thing.
Dude, I watched this video of this black dude getting tased, and the guy, the female officer tased him so hard, the guy went gay. He
Oh
was
shit.
just like, dude, yeah, it's kind of messed up because you could tell that like she was violating his rights because he wasn't doing anything. He was already handcuffed. He was handcuffed, bent over this car, and she's just like, "Oh yeah," and the guy's like, "What do you mean? Oh yeah, man, I ain't do shit. I ain't got nothing over here." Then she tases him, and then he starts screaming, and he starts crying. And he's like, "Oh my god, man, God, I didn't do anything." She's like, "You were just acting all big and bad a second ago. I'll tell when we tase you again." He's like, "No, ma'am." I'm just like, dude. What are you acting tough for? I'm not saying like, oh, I'm so tough. I would never scream from getting tased. But it's like, dude, what are you acting tough for? If you're not a tough guy,
Yeah,
don't act tough.
I watched a guy get tased. He was like jerking off in a Walmart, and the guy comes up. The cop just walks up to him, and he just immediately takes off running. And he's like,
Did he at least get decent before he took off running, or he just flopping around the
"Dude,
Walmart?
that's he tases him in the parking lot, and the dude just keeps running. He don't even feel it. I don't know
Oh,
if
dude.
he's taking dick pills or something, and it just like cut off his nerves.
No, bro. I got a story. My blood cousin who I grew up with, he's 3 years older than me. There's a story of him and his house got raided and the cops tased him and it did nothing. He fought off like five more cops
Damn.
after being tased. and it's all in the paper, so I know it's true because like what cops will be like, yeah, we got our ass beat by one fucking guy. Like you know what I mean? They're not gonna write that in the fucking paper. So, like I don't know. Some people maybe just have like some immunities to it or something. I don't know. He was like maybe just don't got a lot of water in their body. I don't know.
They just makes him go Super Saiyan when you tase
Dude,
him.
he does watch anime. He is the cousin that introduced me to anime, so I felt bad for him. But I was like looking at it in the paper and just like, yo, this is kind of a badass.
I wonder if he was having a monologue during the fight in his head.
I just in his brain the whole time with all the cops on top of him. They don't even know the extent of power, and he gets tased.
I trained my whole
fucking
life for
taser.
this.
He was always a yoked dude too, just always on the wrong side of the law, which is like most of my family. So whatever. Even me, according to our today's sponsor.
Yeah, fake your insurance.
Listen, they'll never know.
Yeah, it's fun, easy, and you'll save $500 by
The issue
not
is, like,
switching to Geico.
The issue is I drive in Missouri a lot more now, and those motherfuckers are crazy, bro. I was driving once to go meet up with this chick, and some dude was behind me, and he was like, there was like 3 lanes of traffic, and he was just trying to get around all of us. So instead of just like, I don't know, waiting, he just got on the shoulder, and the right shoulder, and I was the furthest right lane. He got on the right shoulder, and you could just hear skirt, skirt, skirt behind me, and that's because he was driving on the shoulder, and it wasn't enough space for his car, so he just had his car pressed against the freaking road and was driving around people that way.
Jesus.
Yeah, and there was no cops chasing him or anything. This guy was just doing it to be a dumbass.
I hate driving in St. Louis. Everybody's driving like 90 on the fucking freeway and just like cutting 4 lanes at once.
Yeah, they don't care. Literally, will cut 4 lanes at once. Will do whatever they want to do. It's insane. And the I-70 itself is like super dangerous because people will just literally start shooting people. And the I-70, it's pretty nuts.
Yeah, you don't even need a card to fucking have a gun in Missouri.
Yeah, and it's not like having a card would stop you, right? Because I mean, we live in Illinois, but Chicago still exists, so it's not like, it's not even like that stops crime.
Yeah, they actually just go a state over. They did a undercover thing on that to like figure out how all the guns are getting into Chicago. They just basically go to Michigan or whatever and come back.
Yeah, but don't they still need ID, right? And want to say Illinois on it?
I think they have like family there, and the family will just buy a bunch of guns and.
That's what I want to do too, because I do not want to even deal with Illinois' gun laws, but I want a pistol or something nice.
It's easy. I got my Ford card.
I just don't want to deal with Illinois. You know what I mean? I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want them getting any more money from me.
I think it's only like $50.
I don't want to deal with it. You know what I mean?
You could just use mine.
Use your gun?
No, my
Because
Ford
I'm going to
card.
be shooting some people.
My Ford card.
Yeah, but see, they'll try. I'm not going to be using my gun for good stuff. I'm going to be like robbing people with it.
You could be like, no, this is me.
This is me. This is totally me. Come on.
Well, you can
Come on. This is totally me. So, hey, listen. This is my like last thing too. I'm going to give you some names, and I want you to give me a 1-word answer for how you feel about these people.
Oh no.
2 words max, right?
Now all I can think of is the N word again.
Well, this will get you then, because there's a black guy on here,
Oh,
so
God.
this will really determine our friendship. Jenna Ortega,
Fake.
Millie Bobby Brown. It could be 2 words if you want.
Oh, okay. Well then, hot wing fake. She faked that on Gina Ortega. There's no way that she ate those and didn't even fucking
I
flinch.
feel like she did on Hot Ones. She was on Hot Ones.
No way. I'll never believe it.
I feel like she did. They just gave her a lot of time in between. Matt Rife,
Not funny.
Taylor Swift,
Millionaire, bajillionaire.
Mr. Beast,
Giving.
Childish Gambino,
Multi-talented.
Obama,
I wish I could do Obama impression.
Trump,
Twitter king.
Riley Reid. Why are you quiet? Why are you quiet? Why were you quiet?
Overhyped.
Oh, that dude, what? That's actually the most controversial one you gave. And I put some controversial people in there.
Oh, Obama was the N word, huh?
No, no, it was actually Mott Rife. Thank you for
Oh.
saying that. I don't know if
Um,
it's a tabloid thing or not, but they're saying like Matt Rife's plastic surgeon is like, yeah, he did plastic surgery, but I don't know if that's true or not. I didn't look into it at all because I don't really care about him.
I mean, they consider plastic surgery just getting the Botox, I think.
Well, I don't know why people care. You know, he's a handsome guy, and if he got plastic surgery or not, it's like he already did it. It's not what are you gonna do? Make him undo it?
Yeah.
And I've never heard him say my face is all natural. I've never gotten plastic surgery. I've never heard him say that, so I don't know why you would care.
Yeah, I would never. Um,
You would never get plastic surgery?
no, I'd never care, but I'd also never
Oh, oh,
never
oh,
get
oh,
plastic surgery unless I was gonna get some like really big tits.
oh, dude, no, you don't need them. Your tits are fine. You're the best tits.
Oh, thanks.
No problem, man.
I was gonna tell you, Nick Mullen put out a stand up.
Who even is that, bro?
Oh, Come Town.
Who even? What is Come Town? What is that, bro?
Come Town's that podcast with Stavros and Adam, who is gay and doesn't matter, but also Nick. Nick's the funniest one on there.
Nick Mullen, Come Town. All right, what did you want to say about it? You just let people know that he put out something.
Yeah, it's great. It's like one of the best stand-ups I've seen this year.
Is it on Netflix or something?
YouTube.
The last one I see, well, the most recent was August 18th, 2022. Is there one
It's
more
called
recent?
Year of the Dragon.
Crowd work in Nashville. Year of the Dragon will probably help me out. So Nick Mullen, Year of the Dragon. I
Yeah.
will put that on my watch list. Speaking of watch list, did you watch that? Any of the stuff I've suggested that you watch? Have you watched the new Spider-Man?
Yes, I did watch that.
What do you think? Give me one out of 10. 10 being the highest. What do you think?
Um, it probably
Oh
an
wow.
8.
Why an 8?
The animation style is like unique. The concept was not like it was multiverse, but it wasn't like overdone. You know, they weren't like constantly jumping around with like ridiculous shit.
Why an 8 then? Because so far you've only given me the good.
I think it just the like you said, the parts with the parents is like I was falling asleep.
Yeah, it's incredibly boring. It goes on way too long.
Yeah, it could have been 30 minutes shorter, and then it would have been a 10 out of 10.
Because like with the parents, the part is like, let's say he just listens. That's the end of the movie. He just sits there. The world falls apart. Nothing else happens.
Yeah,
Then that movie becomes like a zero. So it's like we know he's gonna go and save the world or do whatever he's got to go do.
yeah,
And I'm also glad in that movie they explain those like incursions or whatever they call them in that one. Because I was like, yeah, why can't they save people? And then shit just started like going left, and I'm like, oh, that's why. Okay, holy shit.
yeah. That's cool. That makes it make more sense.
It also makes more sense why the big bad Spider-Man guy was just like, I know better than anyone what happens, and I was just like, holy crap, they took his fucking kid.
How is it not fucking with the multiverse when they all get together and party and shit?
Maybe because it doesn't affect who was supposed to die. Because maybe none of the people that are partying were the ones that were supposed to die at that moment. Maybe they'll still go out and die.
Maybe they'll die at the party, take too much
Yeah, there you
Xanax,
go.
and
Too much Zans, baby.
yeah.
You got anything else before we
uh,
wrap?
you know Amanda Bynes?
Yeah, yeah.
She started a podcast,
Oh no.
and I mean,
Oh no.
I thought our podcast was bad, but the Amanda
You
Bynes.
lying. Hers is good, right? Come on.
No, dude, it's awful. It's
What
so
do you mean?
it's just boring, and it's like she interviewed a tattoo artist that used to be a model, and it's just like her friend that modeled her fragrance at some point or something. But I looked up the girl's tattoo. She's really good at tattooing, but she just it's like rapid fire questions. She's like, "So you said you used to be a model. Can you tell me about that?" And then the next question's like, it's just so random, like, and it's like the girl just stops talking. She's like, "Yeah, I used to be a model. I felt like I was giving the wrong idea to people and putting my energy out where it shouldn't be." She's like, "Okay, so how long have you tattooed or something?" I don't know. It's just like it was so disconnected. And then it's like halfway through, Amanda Bynes just doesn't talk anymore. And then it's just the other guy and the tattoo artist like hitting it off.
So Amanda has another guy as like a buffer, right? Is what you're
Yeah.
telling me?
Yeah.
And that guy will also help with with this stuff, with the questions and stuff like that. I think that's rough because there's also like other like people from our childhood that are starting podcasts now. I don't know if you heard about it. I don't even know if you watched it with the Net Declassified people. They have a podcast.
Dumb.
Theirs is actually good.
Oh, they should. She should, because she got like extradited or whatever from the whole Nickelodeon bullshit. She should like bring people on that like failed at Nickelodeon and interview them about the working conditions and get some gossip.
That is kind of what they're doing with the Ned's Declassified. They bring on old people from the show and have them talk. I didn't know this, but have you ever watched The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Rosalita from The Walking Dead was on that show as a kid.
Who's Rosalita? The old lady?
No, Rosalita's the really attractive Hispanic chick that was smashing the redheaded dude when you first met him.
Carl.
Carl is not the redheaded dude. Carl's
That's
his
a
kid,
meme.
man.
It's a meme.
Oh yeah, I know it's a meme, but we're not talking about memes right now, bro. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I got a little ADHD here.
That's all right. That's all right. This thank you for listening to the Mr. Mooch podcast. This is our final episode. Happy holidays, everyone.
Podcast.